Up, guys, and welcome to the Hunting the Dead channel. I am Jody Dean. Make sure you smash that thumbs up, comment below, and share this on social media. What I want to talk about is these New Jersey drone sightings. Now, I know everybody's talking about it, so I'm just going to give my opinion. I really wasn't going to go there, but it's kind of got my attention, and I know a lot of our supporters here on these channels are curious to know our take on these things. And I've had a lot of people ask me to tell them what I think about it. And I'll tell you, but first I want to go off some of the facts here. And I really like what Gordon Chang had to say. He says these drones are the size of an SUV. Now, that's something that we've never seen before. That's something we've never heard of before. And that's pretty scary. That's not something that you or I, the average human being, would be able to fly or navigate. When I first heard about this, I was like, "Oh, great! You know, we got more spies. We got the countries that aren't very fond of us are probably doing some recon, and that may be very well the case. I'm going to tell you guys my opinions, my theories here in a minute, but he also believes that the government knows more than what they are saying. And I think a lot of us, we feel that way. A lot of people have stated they think that, the government knows exactly what's going on. So for these drones, they have been spotted in New Jersey, New York, and that whole area has reported major spikes in radiation. Now, that's very concerning, okay? I have friends that live in New Jersey. I have friends that live in New York. Some of you guys that follow me live there. And I'm hoping, I'm praying to God that something malicious isn't going on. And I hope to God that our government doesn't know about it and they're not doing anything, that they're not addressing it. That's very, very concerning and worrisome. Now, one theory is that these drones are searching for nuclear weapons. However, it's been stated that they're not our drones, and why would we be looking for nuclear weapons on our own grounds in our own country? So that would mean that the people, again, that are not very fond of us, other countries, who I don't know, we'll get to that in a second, maybe searching here to see where we may have some nuclear weapons hidden here on our grounds. So they're doing some recon. What makes this have so much weight is the fact that the Pentagon has stated these are not our military. Now, there could be many reasons they don't want to tell us, what they know. I'm sure they know more than what they're telling us, but there could be many reasons they don't want to tell us. Now, it would help a lot of Americans to know, hey, like, what's going on, because people are they're really scared. They're worrying. A lot of people are getting depressed about this. It's all they're talking about. In fact, again, I really didn't want to make a video about this. I have so many people like writing me in comment sections on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook. And it was to the point where I was like, let me take a bigger look at it. And it's like, man, I kind of want to know what's going on too. But sometimes, okay, and this might be the situation, they may know what's going on, but they may not want our enemies to know that they know. You know what I'm saying? That could be the situation here. I think that makes a lot of sense. And that's one of my theories is maybe, yeah, they do know. They just don't want our enemies to know. Like, hey, let's play dumb here. Let's see what else they're going to do. And maybe they already have plans on how to counter, or maybe they have and we don't know. Sometimes, in situations like this, a government, military, they'll let things happen so they can study the technique of what our enemies are doing. The speculation is Iran, Russia, or one of the many foreign countries, Korea, someone is spying. And in fact, they've talked about the spy balloon. Remember the spy balloon we've seen before, which was a balloon that could have been shot down, and it wasn't. In fact, they claim that the president didn't even know about it for some time. It had already been floating around, and we could have done something about it. But there again, we recovered it, we studied it, and kind of see what kind of technology, they're throwing at us. And the weird thing is this is happening now more regularly. They're obviously ballsy enough to do things like this. This is probably the situation. This is probably a country that doesn't like us very much. They're looking for some information, and they're paying attention to those areas because there's something in those areas and they want to know. And look where they've attacked before. They've attacked New York. They've attacked New York horrifically. And I think that the situation is we are going to see or hear in coming days, hopefully not months, hopefully in coming days, that yes, we knew what it was. We were sorry we couldn't disclose the information, what they are doing. And hey, listen, that may be another reason, not only are they playing dumb possibly, but that may be another reason. Not only are they playing dumb, but they're playing dumb with us because, hey, we don't want people to know where our nukes are. Hey, guys, they're looking for nukes in this area because we have nukes in this area. You don't want to give away your upper hand. But again, I get why a lot of you guys are concerned, and I really would like to know what your theories are in the comment section. Maybe your mind is somewhere that my mind isn't going. And now that I've started thinking about this, I talked with my wife and I said, hey, look, this stuff's both her and I are clueless. We love to stay out of the news. We don't want to know about all the craziness going on. However, it becomes a little concerning when maybe we are about to get attacked by another country. Maybe we're not. And that's going to lead me to my theory here in a moment. If this wasn't enemies, is it aliens? When I first heard about the drones, I'm like, hey, somebody's probably just flying a bunch of drones around, and the way that they illuminated or people seen them at a certain time, maybe they thought it was something that was significant and it really wasn't. Well, it turns out people are saying that these things are the size of SUVs. That's crazy because we haven't seen that. And they're saying that the way that these things move, that you or I, somebody just picks up a drone, we wouldn't be able to make, the kind of course correction that these things are doing, the kind of chaotic things that these are doing. You would have to be very studied in them. It's not like you can go and you can get these at Walmart. We've never seen drones of this size. We've never seen drones do what these are doing. And that's a little scary. We always fear what we don't understand. So now it looks like a lot of you, your mind goes to aliens. Looks like my mind goes to aliens. We start thinking about this. There's been so much evidence that's been presented, especially over these last couple years, even saying that our own military, our own government has knowledge of alienistic things and things that have happened. They've documented things that our soldiers, our military have seen things that they believe alienistic, and they believe that we have this stuff in our possession somewhere that our country officials and military, they have these things. You want to talk about Area 51, you want to talk about whatever, theories, conspiracy, real information exists. There are some things that we don't understand out there, but we haven't had that definitive proof ever to where, our news goes live and says, hey, we are showing a real living, breathing alien. Here it is, guys. We haven't seen that yet. We haven't captured one of these things and put it on display to say, hey, look, here's all the proof. You can't unsee this. You can't deny this. Here's an alien, guys. They exist. Here's what we've been holding from you. So, the question would be is why are they paying attention to that area if it was aliens? I feel like I'm 50-50 on it. I do believe in aliens, but I've never put a lot of thought into them. I've put more thought in to this situation that this is probably, one of the many enemies that the United States has. However, when I hear about the size of these things and how they're moving erratically, I don't think any of us can be an expert in alienism because we just don't. There's not enough to go on. But when you think about aliens and what you would imagine they would look like, how they would move, I don't think it's off the table to say that it wouldn't be a possibility that if it was an alien, I would imagine that one of these things could move like one of their crafts. I don't know what you would call them, a UFO type deal. Do we know that they're UFOs? Do we know they look like that? Maybe they look like drones that are the size of an SUV. I think most likely what it is there is some intelligence. There is some hardware, heavy hardware that has been created by another country, and they have kept it under the wrap. They've kept it under wraps. We don't know anything about this, and now it is here on homeland, and it is doing research. It's gathering research and doing recon on an area that has been targeted many times, and I believe, unfortunately, it'll be targeted again. So again, I'd love to know what your guys' theories are. So far, that's what I got. I've watched a few interviews. I've watched a little bit of the news, something that I don't usually like to do. And I'm very busy. I don't really have the time to dive in too deep to these kind of things. However, I think it's concerning if it's about to lead to something that will affect us all, and we won't be able to ignore it. We're gonna have to be involved. We've talked about it throughout our lives. War will someday possibly come here on foot on our own grounds. We've talked about martial law. We talked about all kinds of things that could sound like conspiracy, and maybe they're not conspiracy. Maybe the timeline's off. I've heard people for years say, oh, next year this is going to happen. Within 5 years, this is going to happen. And I never see it happen. But it doesn't mean that it couldn't happen. Maybe just, our timing is off. But I believe we are in a state right now to where aliens are aware of us. I do believe that. I feel like if we're thinking about them and their existence, maybe they're out there thinking about us and our existence. And, how we got people like Elon Musk and other people trying to think of ways that we can go to other planets. I'm sure that they would do the same. And I don't think that sounds far-fetched. But one thing I know for sure is we do have enemies out there. And I am sure that, their full-time job is trying to figure out ways that they can come over here and they can, just take us off the grid. So I'd love to know what you guys think. Please comment below. Make sure you smash that thumbs up here on the video. I don't know if I'll come back and address this again or not. I've had a lot of people, especially friends up north, ask me, like, how come I'm not up there? I'm currently working on my third feature film right now. I'm filming here for this YouTube channel, doing overnight scary camping videos. And I have a store in Alabama that needs my attention. So I do a lot of things. I'm very busy, but for you guys that ask me, I do appreciate it. I understand why you're concerned. That's my thoughts. That's my opinions. That's my theories. Love you guys so much. Until next time, sweet nightmares.